Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am a little bit outside of the old town, not too far away, in a different place, and I will show you actually the square where I am right now. I came across this few days ago and I saw the name of this square and I just decided to come back here to show you. And then I realized that there is another place not far away from it, so perhaps the name of this square has been given because of the other place that is almost right next to it. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the Russian consulate. So we're gonna check it out later on after I give you the news. So the name of the square, this is the Square of the Free Ukraine. As always, I will leave this without a comment. But then not far away from here, looks like there is a Russian flag. Actually this way, you can see right there. But we will go there and we'll check it out. I have to be honest with you guys. You will have the time stamp under this video because I might be rambling, like some of you say in the beginning a little bit. Sometimes when I'm getting those informations for you and I'm reading those words that have been spoken by some people, and I am an empath, feeling the energy, and I'm aware of the consequences that it might create, those words and those actions. I feel like I should be like a fashion blogger or go to another seminar by Joe Dispenza and rewire my brain again. I actually did this a while ago, many years ago. I love his work. Some of you know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is. He is working with people's brains and helping them to break the habit of being themselves, and create a different reality, not from suffering, but from joy. And I know this is rambling, this is about the news, but you can skip to the timestamp. And now let's get into what's happening, because it's the same like in US. There are those generals who are retired, who served their time, but they are still the mouthpieces for whoever it is. And we had this very serious words that have been spoken from the general whose name is Skrzypczak, I believe. Yes, Skrzypczak. I'm not gonna give you his whole life story because I don't really want to know his whole life story. I just kind of scroll through it. He was born in the same place where I was born, in Szczecin, and he served in Iraq. That's what I know, and I think now he is an advisor to the Ministry of National Defense. So if people like him are advising, he said during the interview yesterday on Polsat News, which is one of the biggest stations in Poland, he said those exact words. Let's prepare for the uprising in Belarus because it will happen. The point is that we should not sleep through this moment. We must be ready to support those troops that will conduct the operations against Lukashenko. We have reasons to help them, just as we help Ukrainians. The people of Belarus will support them and will enthusiastically go against Lukashenko. He continued here. Belarus does not have the military potential to such an uprising, and Russia will not help much because it has its own problems. And he added that Poland has to expect, if that takes place, an exodus of Belarusian people towards Polish borders. Before I give you my very empathic, logical, I hope, opinion in this case, I will say what RIA Novosti has said, and this is quick and to the point. Poland is preparing for a coup in Belarus. Maybe I should title this video, I don't think I should title this video like this because that might create a problem, as if it's a statement. Well, it is a statement from Russia, because how would you how would you receive words from someone who, even though is retired general, but is putting out such a strong, very, very dangerous statement? I will just say in this case this. We know those coups they have been going on, the three-letter agencies involvement. We know these guys, right? But let's imagine if those people have any sense of karma, whatever you create, whatever you put out, or law of the physics, even law of the physics, if they don't believe in any spirituality. So for every action there is a reaction in physics, and actually they are creating their own karma. So if they are even saying those words and participating in some creation of event like this, do they ever even think, what if it will be happening to them maybe in the near future? What if someone will be creating that coup in their own country? They don't think like this, do they? Because it's gonna boomerang. It always boomerangs. Whatever you put out comes back. Whatever energy you put out comes back to you. The more love comes back. The more hate comes back. It's very simple. So those are the words. It was spoken not long time ago, just like a few hours ago, actually, like yesterday. And this is really not good stuff, guys. I don't know what they are planning there. Well, kind of they tell you what they are planning, but how far it will go, I cannot say. Now, I have another article. I found this article this morning. It's about, that ban. That again is karma, because if you freeze the money, and how ironically, I didn't even know the consulate is here, how you freeze the money of Russian embassy in Warsaw last year, and then you actually take over the building of the school. You think it's gonna stay, like you keep on doing things and you think there will be no response. Of course there will be a response. Like, are you like, stupid? You don't think sooner or later the abuse, the person who's abused will say enough and they will do something actually much more less harmful maybe, but they will. And if you continue, maybe more harmful. But I know I'm not sidetracking. I'm actually talking about the situation with that ban on the border that I told you about yesterday. So the article is about how people are in that region responding to this ban on trucks entering Russia from Poland. And it says Russian politicians anonymously passed a ban on the passage of Polish trucks through the territory of Russia. However, the sanctions against Poles do not want business, and some residents of Kaliningrad, it says here Königsberg already, Królewiec, Kaliningrad. Those people who live there, they are afraid that prices in stores will be higher than in Moscow. We will whip ourselves, they say, warns the head of the local retail chain Spar. I remember that store actually, Spar. And here is the quote. Onions in the Spar network are already 100 rubles per kilo, which is about 5.2 zloty. Are they crazy there in Moscow? Soon everything will be twice as expensive. Aliena from Kaliningrad, Königsberg, said in the comment posted on Telegram. And the residents of that area bordering Poland were not happy about the news coming from Moscow on Tuesday. The State Duma anonymously passed a ban in exceptional cases when the truck goes directly to Russia. The owner will have to buy fuel at EU prices. Food products not subject to sanctions are transported from Poland, Germany, Lithuania and Italy. Their percentage on our shelves in the retail network is significant. After the entry into force of this act, prices will rise. The consumer will feel it immediately. The ban is not a problem for Poles, but for the residents of Kaliningrad. We will weep ourselves, that woman said. The Spar Kaliningrad retail chain is one of the largest businesses in the region. It records 60 billion rubles of turnover per year, and last year it built 9 supermarkets. As for Russia, these are very bold words. They are really careful not to say something against the opinion of politicians and authorities. Comments in an interview with Wirtualna Polska, Waldemar Wojsz, so someone who says that they cannot express their opinion there because they're afraid of the Russian government. And what else I have in this article? You can read it yourself, it's below the video. Here the governor of Kaliningrad region, Anton Alikhanov, referred to this case. He said, taking into account our geographical location, the ban on the work of Polish transport companies will not apply in the region. We have worked out the issues with colleagues from the Russian Foreign Ministry and the Russian Ministry on Transport, he said. So look, even in one article you can see the beginning of it. So most people really don't read the whole thing also. The beginning of it is like the government in Russia is screwing their own people over because they are putting this ban, and then people will suffer in that region of Kaliningrad. And then you have the governor of that region who's saying that they already worked it out with colleagues from the Russian Foreign Ministry and the Russian Ministry of Transport. So there you have it, guys. Now let's walk over there and I will show you if that is really a consulate or what it is, that place. So this will be the video for today. Please leave the comments down below. What do you think about that, especially in my opinion, those words from this retired general? And do you think this might actually take place, like Maidan 2.0? I don't know. I don't think I can record here since, you know, this is the official building, but let me show you. I think it is a Russian consulate. But it's a pretty nice area, not too far away from Old Town. Oh, let me cross the street. Yes, I cannot record here. So here you have the Russian consulate, and there is actually a police station right next to it. So that's it for today, guys. And right across in the window you have the flag of Ukraine, which is behind this tree. That's it. I leave you with this. Lots of love, everyone. Please join me on Locals. Subscription there is free if you want to support my work before I turn into fashion blogger or travel blogger and I stop with those news, because who knows what will happen in life. You have the links down below. Check out my website, follow me on Instagram, and I see you in the next video. Bye, guys.